Hello everyone and welcome back to JT on the Go. I am right outside the Cable Car Museum in San Francisco, home to the oldest and only operating cable car system in the world. We stayed at the Fisherman's Wharf, which is a terminus station for the San Francisco Cable Car. Andrew Smith Halide invented the cable car in San Francisco in 1873. It was based on early mine and conveyance systems. Then it became the city's transit scene for more than 30 years. It is also part of the Muni transit system today. There were 23 lines built from 1873 to 1890, but today there are only 3 lines that make up the network. The California line, which is in blue, the Powell and Mason line, which is green, and the line we are traveling on, the Powell and Hyde line, in red. These are the controls used for the brakes. At the wharf, the cable car that is next in line goes to the turntable and they get turned around manually. There is a cable that runs underground, and that's what moves the cars. San Francisco cable cars have a tendency of getting filled to the brim. Some people hang on the side and hold on to the railings. We're now moving. The areas that this thing runs on are very hilly, so if you are exhausted from walking up the hill, I recommend using the cable car to get up the hill. The cable car does move fast. In some parts, the cable cars share the road with road traffic, so they obey all of the traffic lights. In some parts, they have their own right-of-way. The cable cars do take you to the museum, which is the hub for the network. The San Francisco Cable Car is also the last manually operated cable car in the world. The only source of electricity on them is the batteries to power on the lights. It is among the most visited tourist attractions next to the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco's Chinatown. The cable car can take you to Chinatown. We have now arrived at the museum, where we will learn more about the cable cars. These cable cars were designated as a National Historic Landmark 60 years ago because they were so important. Like an aerial tram system, there are several wheels that move these cables. The cables are always moving, so it's just the drivers connecting and disconnecting the car from the cables when making stops. These cables are labeled so people would know which line each of them operate on. These machines are always moving the lines 24/7. They also have displays of some of the oldest cable cars. Cable cars and streetcars have different meanings. A cable car is pulled with a cable underground. A streetcar is way different. It gets power from the overhead lines and can operate under its own power. The Muni F line, which goes to the Fisherman's Wharf here in San Francisco, is a streetcar. The oldest streetcar line in the world is the St. Charles line in New Orleans, Louisiana. There are shops of cable car themed items. This dark room is where all of the cables get turned so they can get to where they need to go throughout the city. Going outside, you can actually see the cable running underneath the tracks. Road vehicles even drive over the tracks, like that Tesla. We are going back to the Fisherman's Wharf. These cable cars are a fun and very efficient way of travel. I got another treat, and that is to check out the Golden Gate Bridge. Right now, it's foggy due to the marine layer. The Golden bridge is a suspension bridge that was opened to the public in 1937, and it is an engineering marvel. The bridge spans 2 miles across the Golden Gate, which is where it got its name. This is also a picture-perfect landmark. A funny thing about the Golden Gate Bridge is there is a speed limit for bikes, like they have for cars on the roadway. I think having a speed limit for bikes is very funny. Now we have a clear line of sight. This sign tells bikers the speed that they are traveling. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe and follow on Instagram if you haven't for more JT on the Go. This is JT on the Go signing off.